Hello and welcome back to the Railway Guys. Just recently I've been doing a lot of unboxing, so today I thought I'd look at a couple of engines that maybe haven't got a box. And I'm pleased to say that we're revisiting the Triang era. But before we get going, I just want to say hopefully today will be the last time you see the layout in a mess, because I'm going to try and sort this out over the course of the next few days, so that hopefully if I don't get inspired to make another video in the next few days, you should be able to see it a little more tidy. But what we're running today, whoops, wrong control, it's this. Now I will talk about her a little bit before we get to running, but what we're running today is this little Triang 3F in maroon. Now there's nothing too special about this engine. She was only produced for 1 year, so I suppose you could argue that she's rather rare. She has got some crew in the back there which nicely conceal the motor, and actually she's just been warming up for us. So I don't know, whatever you were doing 5 minutes ago, this little lady was on the layout warming up, because like most old engines, they do take a little bit of getting going. But on the plus side, you don't get Hornby engines that last this long. Remember, this was produced in the 60s, and it's still going good today, and it's in lovely condition. And yeah, she's really nice, and obviously she's got a lovely tender there, which clearly states her running number, which is 3775. And well, she's not an LMS engine, she's a BR engine, I believe, but these are LMS coaches that we've got pulling. Okay, so I'm going to now stick her back on the rails. Hopefully that'll be sufficient, and we'll hook her up to a tender and we'll get her going. And she can move off around the layout. There she goes. Got to pick up some speed for that Hornby point. There we go. Off she goes. Now there is something I didn't tell you about, is that actually on the other line we've got an identical engine, but 10 years older and in a different livery, and she should be coming round pretty soon. This is perhaps the more common one. Well, it's not common. I think both the 3Fs are quite rare from Triang. Say quite rare. You can probably still get them quite easily. But like I say, this one is the least rare of the two. Here she is. Now unfortunately, this engine, I'll just shut up the other one. This engine isn't quite as in immaculate condition, and that's because she was a freebie, unfortunately, with one of my other engines that I bought. And well, she wasn't a freebie, but she was, included in the listing. Once again, we've got a crew member in the back. He's not doing a good job of concealing the motor, or the magnet at least. And as you can see, the decals on the side are missing, and we've got a missing buffer. Obviously the missing buffer can be quite easily rectified. There's nothing too bad about that. But yes, this is 10 years older, 1958 I believe. And I think it's model number R something 51. I can't quite remember. Ah, here we are, 152. It says just inside the body. I will try and focus it, but you guys know where I mean, right? Just in there. You can't see it because it's out of focus. But yes, so it is older, and it's not in terrible condition, but I think this is slightly more play-worn than the other one. But it's pretty much the same engine, obviously. In real life it is the same engine, just in a different colour, and, with slightly different features. Like, for example, the screw to get the body off, I found strange. It's actually in the top of the chimney, and you wouldn't believe how long it took me to find that, and it's, it's plain as anything. The one on the red 3F is on the side, which again I suppose is strange. You normally would expect them to be underneath, but in the days of Triang, things weren't always as easy as that. Motors were bigger than they are today, so I suppose they have the priority for all the space and that. So I don't know, but yeah, a nice engine. It's not in the best condition, but you can't say that it's a horrible engine. And the tender, for one, is in very nice condition, much better than the engine. But yeah, so doing the passenger service today then are two Triang 3Fs. So here we go. Nice steady speed. There we go. And then the maroon one. And I'll get some shots from around the room. Oh dear. Well, that went well. Fancy some tinfoil, anyone? Well guys, thank you very much for joining me today. A bit of a short one for you, but I hope you found it interesting. Now we're going to put the engines in my little engine shed that I've fashioned, and we'll say goodnight to them. Not literally, obviously. Just going to wait for the other engine to pass by. Alright, and now she's ready to go again. Ready? And we'll leave that engine there. Well guys, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye. Ah.